But someone asked, I think it was Justin, said, besides listening to music, what do I do for fun? That's a hard one. I don't really know. When I think about it, isn't that kind
of besides make money?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's fun to me. Like, you know, not only just making money, but like anything I do. So like when, you know, looking into the stocks, like looking into this China stuff, reading, you know, articles, all that. That's just really fun to me. I like that. Even talking with people, I'm not gonna lie, you know, sometimes, you know, I do like talking to people. I like hearing their stories. I like sharing with them. But like even like, you know, real estate deals and stuff like that, I do get fed up sometimes just talking to people, and sometimes it's not always that fun. However, for the most part, that's where I get fun. But I guess like entertainment wise, because I'm just very weird. Like I'll notice like sometimes if I'm out with people, like really the way I see it, as long as I'm with people that I love, you know, my family, my friends, I have God. That's really it. You know, I've never been one to go spend my time chasing fun. I don't know why. I was when I was younger, but I kind of just got really, really content, and things stopped kind of affecting me. And then I did get to experience a lot, and then I got to see really at the end of the day, everything is pretty much exactly the same. Like, you know, whether I was whether I was doing anything, you know, crazy, throwing parties, doing stuff with like rappers, you know, nice cars, yachts, versus just like hanging out with people, it's all the same. And then, you know, I always had that view with a lot of things. I view things very analytically. So, you know, sometimes when I'll even go out, even sometimes I'll be out with people and I'll just be like, what are we doing right now? Like we're literally outside just sitting here walking around, or we're literally here doing nothing. So for me, you know, it's hard for me to find fun in those types of things, but that's where, you know, I want to always be productive, because I see life is really fun in general. Like I said, you know, everything I do is fun. My life is fun. Life's a dream, and you know that's how I choose to make it. So it's not as if I'm always like seeking, like I need to blow off some steam or anything like that. And really, if I am going to do anything fun, surprisingly, one of the funnest things for me is sleep, because I don't get it that often. So if I could get that, that's great. That's a whole lot of fun. But I guess just good conversation is a lot of fun to me. I do like driving. That gives me a lot of fun. Then there's the stuff like, I guess driving and video games. Those are like the two like actual designated like hobbies, I guess you could call it, per se. So those are things I like doing. But even then, I don't do. In sports too, basketball. But that's before I got all fat and stuff now. So
you forgot the third one. You trying to get dunked on, Josh?
Man, Waleed, I'm gonna send you your Vladi Divac ass all the way back to fucking Iran. Get ready, bro.
See me on the court, Vladi Divac.
See this guy? Like a Sasa Vujicic motherfucker. Hito Turkoglu. Yeah.
For the third one.
What's my third one?
You enjoy learning for fun.
Oh, well, that's what I said. That's pretty much the first one.
Wise.
That's the first one, man. I'm telling you, doing anything of that, like reading, even then, reading in general, it's all really fun for me. The only time that stuff gets not fun is just when it's like I'm on like the 15th hour and I'm just getting tired. But that's why I said it kind of comes hand in hand with sleep. But it's pretty hard, you know. So as you guys can see, you know, maybe I'm just a nihilist and I came to this conclusion a long time ago. I said life is pretty boring. There's not much you could do, even when stuff is exciting and fun, you know, cars, doing stuff, partying. Even eventually at one point, it all gets repeated and it's the same thing at the core of it. You go do this, you do that. Just like basketball. When you look at basketball in its core context, you take a ball, put it in a hoop. You know, drinking. You drink, you go crazy. You go, you know, like it's the same thing. It'll give you the same outcome. So that's where I started to realize the biggest thing to me was the people around me and the things that really mattered in life, and that it's other human beings and stuff you can't buy, and God. That's literally where I came out, and I found a way to have peace in my life where everything I'm doing is always fun, or everything is entertaining to a certain degree. You know, it's actually pretty interesting to look at, because even think about it. You know, think about when I'm on here with you guys. Like, you guys don't think I have fun doing this at times? A lot of times, you don't think there's times when I'm sitting there, just listening to Sergi and just cracking up, having the time of my life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's that's what you got to realize. Like the little things in life, there's fun. It's not necessarily about going and searching for it. Really, the way I just see it is kind of like productivity and relaxation. I don't see fun, I see relaxation. So that's what I like to do. I like to relax. So because then, you know, if I'm always working on time, I want that time where I could kick it for a little bit, relax, compose myself, and put myself in a state where I can perform more. But then you know, there's also stuff like going to the beach, going outside, just doing that stuff. It's great. But and also too, I guess the way I look at it is, although I don't really have a too crazy desire to do so many different things, I know there's a lot out in the world. I know we're young, and I'd rather have my fun in the future too, because I probably think there'll be some cooler shit in the next like 20 or 30 years that's going to be a lot cooler than what we have now. So that's kind of where I'm viewing and investing and saying, hey, you know, I'm only 23 years old. I have at least 4 times my life to live. So before we see what's fun and all that, you know, maybe we should just experience a little more. So that's where I'm kind of at now, and then hoping, you know, I want to exchange even the levels of fun, you know. I would rather go and not travel for 10 years just so that I could own a jet in 10 years and go wherever I want for the next 10. You know, that's a lot more cooler than me than getting a bunch of little experiences on the way. Sure, you know, you don't know when you're going to die. Life may go on, but at the same time, it's all planned and being reasonable, and
that's why you have to be at peace with the decision that you make to do that.
You have to be at peace with the decision you make. That's why I tell you, you know, you can't decide to go long term and then get sad when it's not working your way. That's just how you're going to confuse yourself, create doubt. You know, once you make your decision, once you make your commitment, you have to really commit. So that's kind of how it is with that. I got to make my commitment with, I guess, how I viewed fun and, you know, chasing a lifestyle of just pleasing myself. I made my commitment. I'm just done with that. You know, doesn't mean I haven't been to a club recently. We went to, in Palm Springs, we went to the club for Tyler Royke's birthday. I got him a table. You know, that's stuff that, like I'm saying it's not bad, but to do it like every weekend, to like, I always have to be going out on something every weekend, going to these music festivals, you know, spending my time with people who really just aren't even, you know, they're people I probably wouldn't, you know, I know where their head's at, you know what I'm saying? And just think, whatever environment you want to put yourself in with, think of the people in that environment, that's what you're going to become. But like I'm saying, since I made that change in college, I got to experience it all, I did a lot. I just said, hey, I know really real fun is going to come through real accomplishment, in not accomplishment monetarily, but doing stuff, you know, helping people, building people, that you know, get real accomplishment in life, the fun will come with it. But if you're always seeking fun, if you're seeking pleasure, as we've learned from finance and everything else, the thing you chase will usually run from you. So there you go. I'll stop talking on that now, just so I don't keep fucking beating a dead horse. But hopefully you guys see how it's kind of, you know, it's like, what do I do for fun? Everything and nothing is how I'll explain it. I do everything for fun, and I do nothing for fun. And it's all just hinged under, you know, some just deeper beliefs of how I view it. And just really, I guess, my priority for fun isn't really up there. But then again, you know, everybody's different. I'm just a really content guy. That's one thing I really noticed, is that it doesn't matter what situation I'm in. Like, you could take away my house, my cars, my clothes, you could put me in any situation, I will be comfortable. I will have the same level of peace. You know, my voice isn't going to change. You guys will hear me just how you hear me today, right? So that's called being content. It doesn't matter what happens. You know, I'm going to stay the same. I don't care if somebody next to me gets something, they get something better or worse than me. I'm not going to care. I'm content no matter what. So that's another advantage that I have, is I don't even look at other people. I could care less about looking at the next man, whereas a lot of people don't. They see other people. They see them having fun. They see them doing stuff that's fun, or they listen to people saying, oh, this is fun, and then they get caught up in that. Whereas I don't really play that. So hopefully that makes some sense. You guys with me? You guys all quiet? You guys leave or what?
No, man.
Yo.
Amen to that. I think you hit it right on the head.
Good.
Yo, Josh.
Yo.
I think you're a brother from another mother.
Amen.
Like you almost relate to me, man. It's got
I'm
same mentality, man. Same ideas. Scary.
See, you know, it's funny because I'll just say the same thing about you. That's the way. Oh shit, I'm about to run this light, son. Woo. You know, I agree. You know, it's even part of, you know, when I made the trading fraternity, you know, with what we did, because even my business partner, my friends in my life who I've ever got to work with on anything business related, quite frankly, I just don't have a lot of those friends. I don't have.
Hey, band.
It's been my blessing and my curse, you know, is I don't have a lot of friends. You know, why I'll say it's a curse, because, you know, everybody needs that social interaction, and sometimes it'd be nice to have more friends for some of these, you know, marketing, lead generation efforts, you know what I'm saying, real estate. But at the same time, you know, you got to be human. But I got a pretty cool family. I got you guys, I got my business partner, I got my girlfriend, I got Jax. I'm pretty much chill.
You set.
Yeah, seriously, and that's where I got to realize and, you know, value certain stuff as opposed to, you know, certain high value small objects versus many objects low value. So, but creating the trading fraternity, you know, is looking for the people like you guys. You know, I wanted to be able to at least create a group of people who were like-minded, or at least create an environment where people could grow and build and cultivate that passion of actually like wanting to do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so where you could actually come here and say, yeah, I have friends who don't want to listen to music in a muddy field doing ecstasy. You know, oh, I do have friends who have way more concern than just getting laid. They're trying to get laid by Benjamin Franklin. No homo, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of the way that I got peeing. Man, savages out here, bro.
No, what the heck? No, I don't think he was peeing. I think he was like putting something in his pocket.
Yes, he's putting his penis back in his pants. But, you know, so that's the vision I had with this. So that's why when you say that, it's good to hear, man. It's very good to hear and understand, you know, this is where we all should be, and, you know, we should all be able to support that environment for each other, and at least, you know at the very least it's theirs. Because the way I look at it is, if there's a change you want, you know, create that change. If something doesn't work, you see something missing, create it yourself. And that's part what I did, because, you know, I know how hard it was for me to do what I've done, but I had nobody with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, legitimately, like, think about that. Like, you guys are probably, we were there probably 3 months ago. You guys will get to say, up until, you know, from a few years from now, you're like, okay, yeah, until I got the TTF, you know, I had nobody with me. It's that same feeling. It's just understanding that, you know, there's at one point in life where, you know, for me, up until I got to meet my mentor, that was it. I just had no idea what I was doing. I didn't have, you know, I was still doing decent. It's not as if I was completely, like, retarded and I didn't have any sort of talents or advantages that I could take advantage of. But it was just so different to think that none of my friends supported me. All my friends would say it's gay. They all every single person in my life pushed me away from my goal. Anybody I saw as a friend, anybody seeking, you know, social companionship, entertainment, you know, something other than work, almost everywhere, everybody pushed me away from what I wanted to do and what was best for me, then pushed me towards it. So that's one thing I changed, you know. I was like,